Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spirit's Divine Light. So, excuse me, today's live stream is going to be about the Divine Feminine. How can you achieve your highest self? So, I do apologize if you can hear any noise in the background. I do have my AC on. However, it is hot here and my window faces the sun area. Therefore, I need my AC running. Sometimes in my videos, you don't hear my AC running, but in today you may, and I do apologize in advance. However, I just need it on today. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to cleanse the cards here. And if you'd like, you can check out my ko-fi.com/spiritsdivinelight. And there is a membership, but beyond that, you can also access services. So you can actually get a tarot reading from me. I have started doing tarot readings again. So I just wanted to let everybody know that that's accessible, but only accessible through ko-fi.com. So I am going to cleanse the cards and the energy in the space, cleanse the cards and the energy in the space, cleanse the cards and the energy and the space. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask you to join me in this reading today for a collective energy for the divine feminine on how to achieve their higher selves. Okay, so this may or may not resonate with you. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind for another person to claim. Please remember that time is fluid. In all forms of divination, energies can change and people have free will, including you. Every single person has a divine masculine and divine feminine energy. However, this may be for you if you just are curious. I don't know. Just male, female, doesn't matter. However, we'll see. Whatever, you know what I mean. All right, whatever. All right, so how can the collective energy here, how can we see to our highest self on divine feminine energy? How can the divine feminine find their higher self? How can the divine feminine achieve their highest self? Okay, so I do like this. So this is a good start. We already have the high priestess. So many of you who are trying to achieve your highest self of divine feminine are self-aware that you do have the ability to achieve this. Okay. I do see with the Three of Wands in reverse a little bit of reluctancy and passion. However, I do like with the Three of Cups, there is a little bit of community around you. So I do see many of you have founded. Well, maybe you have founded. Maybe you're the founder of a community or have created a group where you can talk about this kind of energy or kind of find these spiritual aspects or the more feminine aspects of yourself. That might be possible for some of you. Okay. Can we get a little bit of clarification here on that high priestess, please? I'd like a little bit of clarification, please, on the high priestess. Just a little bit of clarification here on that high priestess energy. Okay, so with the high priestess energy, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So there definitely is, I'm seeing a little bit of codependency energy. So, and then a little bit of instability energy, but I do see a passionate energy. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for this is telling me that some of you, even though you do see your worth in the highest being, you may be a little bit of codependency, but you're trying to break that. It could also be somebody, you or someone else with earth sign energy, or you or somebody else as the King of Wands standing self. I see this more as breaking free from being dependent on another person or for another person for stability, and kind of standing in your passions to see what will work for you. Okay. With the 3 of Wands in reverse, can we get a little bit more of an answer on that 3 of Wands in reverse, please? What can we know here? All right. So, okay. So some of you, to get to your highest divine feminine self, I see you kind of like uncertain about ideas, definitely not getting involved in toxic energies, realizing you may have to start from the ground up on your own stability. And the Knight of Cups is kind of like simple little, I don't see this as love offers to you. I see this more as like simple things that make you content with yourself and happy and loving, and kind of finding that love for yourself in this moment. Okay, to achieve your higher self, you're working on trying to get your own stability, not being codependent or reliant on others, kind of finding things that you love that work for you. And then finally, with that community card, I'm just curious, for the 3 of Cups, what do we have here? Okay, so for the 3 of Cups, we go to the 9 of Cups. I do like that. So you do have community, and this could create a lot of emotional, abundance for yourself. Okay. Not really needing to change too much on that aspect. All right. But without some change, you might not reach to the full destination of what it is you want. So you'll have to be able to accept changes, is kind of what I'm seeing here. All right. Let's get another clarification on that King of Wands. Okay. So the King of Wands, standing in your power. The 8 of Swords in reverse is releasing that self-negativity. Kind of no more patience with yourself on the self-negativity. You kind of just know you got to kind of like cut the cord in that aspect. And you're going to release the emotional distress that the mental conflict has kind of caused you a little bit. And that's what I see there. Okay. With the Knight of Cups, what do we have for the Knight of Cups to achieve the highest divine feminine self? The clarification there is the Ace of Swords in reverse. So yes, you're cutting off communication or just not thinking mentally about stuff that isn't going to work. Not dealing with injustices. I'm hearing not playing a victim is going to help you really achieve that divine feminine energy, but not building on what doesn't really work for you. Okay. What's next here for the clarification for the Sun, please? All right. So the Sun, we have the World in reverse, which is telling me, okay, something's not the Sun. Something's definitely not an end-all, be-all world energy. You've got more like a fast-moving energy towards an Emperor energy. So whether this is you moving towards this divine masculine after realizing all this stuff, or if this is you standing in your divine masculine energy because of situations that you've been through. Now you've gone through the emotional, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. Okay, I'm quickly need to, maybe some of you may have to lean in a little bit into a divine masculine energy, or you may find maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you're a divine masculine person, needs to kind of step up a little bit just so you can kind of figure out what it is that you want to do, because I do see some kind of grand change here. Okay. Let's have one more round, please, on those 7 of Cups. Okay. That 7 of Cups. Okay. So the 7 of Cups is telling me that you have the Fool. So a new beginning after you release emotional, understanding the mental aspect of everything. However, you haven't quite hit that inner peace. There's something blocking your inner peace. I do see a step to find an inner peace with the Seven of Wands in reverse. However, you're stagnant on it, okay? Whatever your situation may be, it could be a little bit of lack of inner peace or needing to find something that will kind of make you feel at peace, seeing the beauty and things around you. Some of you may have to meditate or yoga or write or something, but I see a very feminine aspect that needs to be worked on for that inner peace kind of part, okay? For the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So not understanding something doesn't grow, not allowing the negativity, holding on to what your stability is and taking a new direction, okay? You might even be thinking of a solution here, okay? And finally, with that Emperor, what is the clarification here for that Emperor? Just more information, okay? Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Okay, so this is interesting. So equal give and take with that Emperor energy. Okay, so I see you as an Empress with an Emperor for some of you, or you're giving equal take with your own divine masculine. So you're finding a balance in your own connection with self. Okay, releasing with the Five of Cups what emotionally is draining you. But the Four of Cups, the Five to the Four, you may get a little bit of stagnant sometimes in that emotion is kind of what I'm seeing. You may backtrack a little bit, okay? But don't forget to check right here because this is the rainbow. This is the light and all the darkness of the situations, okay? So next here, I wanted to kind of, we did this way already, the High Priestess. We did this way, okay? So then I want to go High Priestess, that card, okay. Devil. I'm just curious. I want to see what this, who this message may be more specifically for, okay? So we've got the Cups, the Devil, the High Priestess, the Cups, the Wands, the Swords, the Pentacles, the Swords, the Pentacles, Justice, Swords, Cups, Pentacles, Wands, Swords, Fool, Cups, Temperance, Swords, Wands, Pentacles, Wands, Cups, Pentacles, Emperor, Pentacles, World, Sun. Okay. So elemental wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 air. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 5, 4. So 6 cups, 5 air, 6 cups, 5 air, 4 wands. Okay, so that's fire. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentacles. So definitely earth sign and water sign is very strong here. And then we've got air, earth, water, fire, air, fire. Okay. So for fire, so that's 8. And then 1 water, so that's 7. And then 8. Okay. And then 7. Okay, so we have an equal balance between the cups and the air and the fire and the pentacles. So I definitely see it as Fire signs, earth signs, and you could have strong air and fire signs, earth signs, you could have strong air or water, or vice versa, right? So really anybody this reading could be for. I do see more as a fire signs, earth signs. Sorry, fire signs, earth signs. It could be more of a water placement than over an air placement for some of you. However, I do see it as it also could be a water sign and air sign, and you may have more earth sign placements. Some of you may have fire signs, but it's definitely more directed to the earth in that situation. Okay. Definitely if you have Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo is possible, Aquarius, Libra, and then you also have like Aries. I'm pretty sure you had almost all the you had all the fire signs. So I was just curious. I wanted to take a look at that. Sometimes it interests me just to know who more or less the reading could be for focused on. So yeah, to achieve your higher self overall, I see that you have to really walk away from what doesn't work for you. Lean into your divine feminine, divine masculine, sorry, if you need to, if you're building on something, right, for that kind of like strength you have. However, some of you are very resilient and you don't need anyone. Some of you may have a partner that will give you that kind of like emperor push you energy, which is great. It just all depends on who you are. If this resonates, great. If not, I do apologize. There will be another reading tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely, fantastic day and have a good one. Goodbye now.